So we had a 52-year-old female come into us with severe symptoms of hypothyroidism, even though the basic testing she's had done over the years have been completely normal. She said ever since she went through perimenopause and now approaching menopause, her symptoms are getting dramatically worse. Fatigue was her biggest symptom for years, extreme fatigue. No matter what she did, she could not lose weight. And she also always had a lot of hair constantly falling out, thin hair. She said now she's getting more of like depression type of symptoms and a lot of gut issues. So guys, let's see what we found when it came to her lab testing. All right, so this is the x-ray that we took on her. You can see she's got a lot of degenerative activity in her spine. She's been in multiple car accidents, whiplash type of injuries. So she's got a lot of degenerative disc disease and all those nerves going to her thyroid. You can see, you're not supposed to see the outline of the thyroid. So she had a lot of calcification of the thyroid as well. Now let's see what we did in order to figure out why she was having the symptoms that she was having. So if we suspect there's a thyroid problem, we always do a comprehensive thyroid panel. And you can see the abnormal markers on her test were the thyroid antibodies. She had never been tested for Hashimoto. She had never had this comprehensive lab testing done. And we can see that both the thyroid peroxidase antibody and the thyroglobulin antibody are both positive. And you can see how high the thyroid peroxidase antibody is. So based off of this, we know that her immune system is actively attacking her thyroid. This is what Hashimoto's looks like. Even though her thyroid numbers are not terrible, she has all the classic hypothyroid symptoms. But remember, just because you have the same diagnosis as somebody else, it doesn't mean you have that disease process for the same reason. Now, we know that 80% of the immune system lives in the gut. So these are some of the other tests that we did in order to figure out what is triggering her autoimmune response. So after confirming the autoimmune condition, we first started with the stool test, and you can see there's a lot of abnormalities just on this first page. The biggest thing is her upper GI. So her pancreatic elastase is very low, meaning that she's not secreting adequate amounts of digestive enzymes. Both her protein and her fat breakdown is just terrible. And if you look down here, these are what's called short chain fatty acids. These help maintain the integrity of your gut lining. So she definitely is dealing with a porous gut lining, also known as leaky gut. Now, these are the three main strains of our good bacteria. We want to see all of them at +4. And you can see she has no growth of 2 of them. She has been on multiple rounds of antibiotics for some of the gut issues that she's dealing with. And then you can also see she has got 5 different bacterial overgrowths. These guys in yellow are very inflammatory. These are what we consider bacterial infections. In addition, she has 2 yeast overgrowths. Again, 1 very aggressive yeast overgrowth. And then she also had some parasitic activity showing up in her stool test. So we know that if we don't get her gut healthy, we're never going to be able to regulate that autoimmune condition. Now, we know that food is going to be the biggest trigger for any kind of autoimmune condition because you have to eat food every day. And so with everybody that comes through our office, we do recommend you get your food allergies tested. And this is why it's so important. Look at some of the foods that she was eating every day that she thought were healthy, but for her were causing inflammation and causing her immune system to be triggered. So here are the results of her food allergy test. You can see she has 30 different foods she needs to avoid, including apples, garbanzo beans, pinto beans, beets, blackberries, blueberries, cod, cranberries, dates, both egg whites and egg yolks, grapefruit, kale, lemons. She was putting lemon in her water every day. Mangoes. She loves mangoes and honeydew. She can't do oats. She can't do black and white pepper, right? So you can see a lot of foods that she's dealing with. So-called healthy foods were causing inflammation in her body. So I am Dr. Don here from the Wellness Way in South Jordan, guys. We don't guess, we test. She has had testing done that she's never had done, struggling with these symptoms for over 20 years, being told that nothing's wrong with her. Your labs are normal. It's in your head. So guys, if you're looking for answers, if you're looking to get some comprehensive testing done, regardless if you're here in Utah or anywhere else in the country, we can help you. Reach out to us. You guys have an amazing day. I hope this gives somebody some information that they can run with.